This is a replay of our Facebook Live that we had. It was a little glitchy, and I want the message to come across clear because this is really good information. So I'm recording it, re-recording it for you guys. And in my homebody shirt here that I spilled breakfast on, and it's wrinkly. All right, I'm setting the timer for 15 minutes because I want to respect everybody's time. And there may be noise in the background because I'm just at home doing this. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, I want to put this up front that this is not information that I just that I invented or that is mine. This is something that I learned from Cassandra Arison, and if you are a VIP club member, you know that I love her stuff, and I think she is a genius because she was very really articulate in the way that she explains clutter styles and organizing styles. Not everybody organizes the same, which I know that, and I knew that. I've been organizing for people for since 2018, but I was always a little confounded and confused as to why some things that I would set up for people were not working for those people because they worked perfectly for me and my family, but I would have to go back and either redo what I did or help them come up with something new. And it was frustrating for them, for my clients, because it made them feel like, maybe made them feel like failures, and that just breaks my heart. I hope not, but they're like, why can't I figure this out? Why can't I do this? Other people can stay organized. So that is the beauty of the organizing styles, the 4 organizing styles that Cassandra came up with. And I learned this from her through a course that she has, Become an Organizing Expert. And I do have an affiliate link that I will put down below. If you decide to take the course, I would love for you to use my affiliate link. I would be forever grateful. And I'm forever grateful for her for just being able to shine a light on why we function differently. I know it's all about our brains. We all think differently, and I know that, but I couldn't make it simplistic enough to communicate with my clients because I didn't understand it. So I think there is this quote that I love, and I think it's a jazz player that, what's his name? I don't remember who it is who said it, but it's, when you can make the complicated simple, that is genius. And I'm paraphrasing there, but it is so hard to make something that is kind of complicated to understand, make it simple enough for people to get. And that is what the Clutterbug styles do. So we're all a certain organizing style, and none of us are the same. Some of us may be very similar and be in the same style, but we're still going to do things, little nuances are going to be a little different. So let's jump in. Okay. So if you joined the Facebook Live on Tuesday, then hopefully you got the main message, even with the little glitchy and the and some people were not able to hear what I was saying because there was glitches in the internet. So hopefully you got the main message, but there are 4 different organizing styles. She calls one of them there's a cricket, a ladybug, a bee, I'm a bee by the way, and a butterfly. And I have lots of butterflies in my life, and I'm just attracted to butterflies, I guess. Okay, but I'm so different than the butterflies in some ways too. And okay, so I want to jump into that. So it depends on two different variables or 2 different categories of organizing styles. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but okay. So 2 different tests that you need to take for yourself. Ask yourself, do I like to see my stuff or do I like to have my stuff put away? Do I get joy from seeing the things that I love, or do I want it to be a little bit more minimalist? When I see my things, do I remember that I have them? Or can I remember that I have them when I put them away? And I prefer everything just to be clean. So you're either very visual or you like minimal visual stuff. So you like things hidden. So visual or hidden? I'm very visual, FYI. I used to think as a professional organizer, people just assume that you have nothing out. You're very minimalist. You have all your stuff put away and everything's clean and clear. And as you can see, just from this, I have to see my stuff. Otherwise, I really do forget that I have it. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, which is one of the things that Cassandra teaches you. Also, I'm not allowed to teach you this technique, disclaimer. I am just sharing information with you. So I'm not teaching you how to do it necessarily. You can learn all of that, learn some great stuff inside her Become an Organizing Expert course. Okay, so just want to say that real quickly. Again, family in the background, real life here going on. So this used to have a door on it, and I had to take it off because if it were closed, I would forget that my books were there, or I would know my books were there, but I would forget to read them. So when I see them, they inspire me. And also I have a door on a supply closet over here. I don't have a door. Well, no, I don't have a door. I have a supply closet. I took the door off and I just have my stuff out. I'm going to give you just a little shot here. So as you can see, there's my breakfast. I have things up on the wall to remind me, lots of sticky notes. I have pictures of people I love hanging up. And that would not work well for people who don't like things out. It would be like, almost give you anxiety, like whew, too much. I don't want to see all that stuff. You like to have things clean and clear and put away. You probably like to have things up on the wall, but not quite as much as I do. Even in the living room, I've got blankets on a blanket ladder. They're not put away. I've got all kinds of stuff out in an organized way. So you can have things out in an organized way depending on how you organize. So that's just one aspect of it. People who put things away, my friend Betty, who is a VIP club member, I know she likes to have things put away. So she doesn't want a whole bunch of things out. Her things are put away. Trying to think. Okay, that's the only person that I can think of that comes to mind that likes to have their things put away. I know there's other people out there too that I know. So having things put away for you is good. But for me, it would not work. Okay, so just know that. Hidden, or do you like to see your stuff? Okay, and then the next thing that you need to look at is, do you like to micro organize or do you like to macro organize? Micro meaning very detail organized and macro meaning very broad organizing. So as you can see from my bookshelf here, I am a I am a micro organizer because I like to color coordinate, and if possible, if I had time, I might do it by size even. I like things to be just so because I am visual. It also helps me to do it in rainbow order. So I like things to go. I am going to take the time to put things back just so, just where they belong. So that way when I come back, I can quickly get what I want. So I am willing to take the time to put things up slowly and get them quickly, if that makes sense. And a macro general organizer just wants books. This is where my books go, because those people are usually kind of like, I'm busy, but I move slowly onto the next thing. So macro organizers tend to move quickly into the next thing. So they just want to put things up quickly so they can move on to the next thing. But if you are a macro organizer, so these are where all my supplies go, all of my office supplies. I don't really care if all of the pens are color coded or if the pens are broken out from the pencils. I'll dig through and find what I want. So you want to just put things down, but you're willing to take the time to dig through, not necessarily dig, or to look and find what you need when you need it and get it. Whereas I want to get it quickly and use it. But macro organizers want to put things up quickly and then take the time to look for the thing when they need it. Okay, so again, Cassandra does a better job of explaining that inside her course. And yes, so I want to make sure too that you are very comfortable with what you are. But the only way you can get comfortable with what you are and knowing that like the way that you organize is just different from someone else, especially even the people in your family, get comfortable with that and embrace it and know that you are allowed to organize the way that you organize. So you may not be able to walk into a container store and buy all the things and use them because they may not work for your brain. They may not work the way that you function. And just know that you're probably not messy. That's one of the things that Cassandra says. Her book's up here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Clutter Connection in this, she says that you're not messy, you just organize differently. So some people who are micro organizers, which is like I like to do, micro organizer, You're a little bit of a perfectionist. So if you are a perfectionist, you may seem to be messy on the outside because it's not just so. You haven't set up your system yet. So if you feel like you're messy, ask yourself, do I like to detail organize? Or am I really a macro organizer, but I think I should micro organize? And so when you're trying to micro organize and really you can't, you're not going to organize it at all. Or if you are a micro organizer and haven't set your system up yet, you're like, well, it's not perfect. I'm not going to do it. So you're a mess. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Just know that you are not messy. You just really don't know what your organizing style is, or you haven't embraced it yet, or you haven't set up systems that work for you yet. I am a visual micro organizer, and Cassandra calls that a bee. An organizing bee. So I like to see my stuff, but have them very micro organized. And butterflies, like I said, I have lots of butterflies in my life. They're also visual people, but they like to have things macro organized. So they like things in big categories. And she can teach you how to put things in big categories and make it look pretty and beautiful. So what I like about this course is that she shows you the 4 different styles. So she'll take like one closet and organize it 4 different ways. Organize it for each organizing style so you can see how you organize. And I want to just share a story of my client that I'm currently working with right now. Her and her husband are actually on opposite ends of the spectrum. She likes to macro organize. He likes to micro organize. She likes things hidden. He likes things visual. So in the area where they kind of both share, but really she manages most of it, we tended to go ahead and put things more towards her style. So she needs things in big categories. So we just have baskets with medicines, adult medicines and kids medicines, and they went into there. She's even fine with just having medicines or vitamins. She doesn't need things breaking out by kids to adults, but since her husband's more macro, we went ahead and divided those up, but didn't make them super uber organized. She also likes to have things hidden. So everything's behind a cabinet, and we did get baskets that are not see-through, but they have a low back and a higher top, so you can or low front, so you can kind of see into them a little bit. So when he sees and opens up the cabinets, he can still kind of see into the baskets. And he's taller, so that helps too. She needs everything covered up, even when she opens up cabinets. So we had to do a little compromising there. So you'll have to figure out how to compromise. And again, not allowed to teach this necessarily and use the clutter bug techniques with you and tell you in the way that Cassandra does it. And she is brilliant in the way she explains it. So take the course and she will explain it to you how you can compromise with your family members. If you don't want to take the course, read her book, The Clutter Connection. It also explains it. I think doing both is amazing. Now, if you are a professional organizer or an aspiring professional organizer, I say take the course. 100% take the course. It's going to help you with your clients. And so my family functions differently than I do. I like to put things away, not necessarily behind closed doors, but where they belong, and in very like boop, 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 detail kind of organizing. And my family is like, why? You know, for instance, my son is like, why do we need to fold the clothes? We're just going to wear the clothes again. Or why do we need to make the bed? We're just going to make it again. Why should I put the shoes in my closet when I'm just going to put them on my feet again? So they have different thinking than me. Whereas I'm like, you put them away because that's where I'm going to find them. Instead of looking around for my shoes, where are my shoes? So they are more macro organizers because they're just like, just kick them off here because I want to put them away quickly, and then I'm willing to go search around the house to find them. So we've got systems set up to where they can find them a little quicker. We've got a shoe basket. So instead of taking the shoes to the closet like I do, they like to put their shoes and flip-flops inside a big basket by the front door because that's where they drop them. And then that's where they go to get them. Okay, so that's how we deal with that. But there's so many different ways you can deal with creating drop zones and compromising with your family. So if somebody is visual like me, you don't want to put things away, especially if it's their own stuff, if it is their stuff. So don't put away anybody's stuff. If they are visual organizers, let them do it. And if you do, make sure you ask permission before you put their things away. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Again, I would appreciate it if you would just check out her course. And I'm pausing there because I'm like, I've never really recommended a course or anybody else's product like that before. So this is how much I got from it. And even being a professional organizer and doing it for like 3.5 years before I took the course, I was like, oh, mind-blowing. It's so simple. It's like, duh, yes. All of this makes so much sense, and I'm so glad now I can explain it to my clients. I can explain it to my family. I can explain it to myself as to why we all organize differently and how we organize differently and how to compromise with each other. So there are certain things that you need to do to compromise, and one person's going to have to give and take in different areas. And also know too, it's a sliding scale. Even though I like to have things out, I don't like to have things out in all areas. In the kitchen counter has to be clear. So just let yourself be flexible in the areas you need to be flexible in. You don't have to be stringent with yourself or with your family. Communication is always key, like Terry Hamilton explained to us whenever she came into the club last month and did her little talk with us. And just be open with your communication and respectful with each other. And taking care of your home and loving your home for me is all about respect and loving yourself and loving your family. So have fun with learning what your organizing style is. I will also include Cassandra's Clutterbug quiz, so you can kind of start as a jumping off point to figure out like what kind of bug am I even? What kind of clutter bug am I? So figure out what your style is and then take her course to really get clear on how to use your organizing style. Okay?